What's going on, guys? Welcome to another daily watches video. There's not really a lot that happened since yesterday. Okay, for the euro dollar right now, what we see is price made a further up move like expected. We went back into our supply, so from here we could make a pullback, and that's also a scenario I will be watching, like another further pullback from here. However, keep in mind the DXY is currently still pretty bearish, so I will also just easily see this high in here being taken out. But yeah, for now we do have a supply coming into play, but we don't really see any reversal yet on the 4 hours, so I'm still careful. I'm not going to play any shorts right now. I will be waiting actually for this high, like this wick in here, to be filled, hopefully go a little bit higher, go back to the upside, and maybe go back to our old daily supply, like that one is located in here, so a little bit above this high. If we take this one out, we could search for some shorts, like that will be a pretty strong daily supply zone, and that will be located in here. So if we just can take this one out, like we already saw on the 4 hour, it just took it out, and it also created like minor demand below in here, right? So minor demand in here, and right now I'll mainly be watching for this high to be taken out to take a short from this higher level up there. Now this also corresponds with the DXY, because if we look at the DXY, we can see it is still bearish. I'm still expecting this low to be broken. I'm expecting a lower low, and hopefully price can go back to this demand zone below in there. We have like a bigger demand all the way in here, and yeah, mainly price action right now is bearish, and I'm expecting another lower low soon. That said, going to GBPUSD dollar, and GBPUSD dollar is yeah, moving up a little bit. Right now it's still a little bit stuck in this range. Now we just took out the supply zone in here, and that means we also created like another zone in here. But mainly I want to watch the zone below in here to see if price can still move back down. But maybe if we take out these lows, then along from here, like a short term 15-minute trade or something like that would be possible, because we took out this supply zone. But keep in mind that this is not a very strong zone, because it's a counter zone after a counter zone, right? Or even after a counter zone, sorry, because we had like a strong high in here. It's broken with this one, that one was broken with this, and now we have this, so it doesn't really mean a lot besides just taking out this level. So this one is the strongest all the way below in here, and like the levels in here nearby the trend line. So I will be watching for another high, especially seeing the DXY like that. But yeah, right now I'm just a little bit careful with the GBPUSD dollar. Now the NZDUSD dollar is quite interesting. We went into our laid out supply zone all the way in there, like the 4 hour stack with the daily. And right now we also broke the trend line to the downside, so that means price could maybe visit back into supply in here, and it would be a nice short to take like from this mid-range in this candle in here during the CPI that was created during the CPI yesterday. So for now, shorts would make sense for me, and I will be looking for some shorts. I didn't take it yesterday in here, it was a little bit too late, unfortunately. It was also during the midnight, I think, in European times, that we could have a nice entry, and after that it just fell very hard. And yeah, for now I don't really do a lot. So we have these zones in here, like this demand in there. Besides that, it doesn't really do a lot, because this is mainly just liquidity that can be taken out, so we can get a nice short and ride it back to the downside in here, like to fill this wick eventually. And yeah, that said, going to AUDUSD dollar. Now regarding the AUDUSD dollar, we see similar scenario, but the AUDUSD dollar is pretty bullish. What we saw is we had this counter zone in here, now we had the trend line here being broken, and a supply currently being in play. So yeah, a pullback is still likely, but we don't really have any higher time frame supply. Like that one is located all the way up there, the daily one. If we go to the weekly time frame, then what we can see is that a similar zone is located all the way up there. Now we also have the 0.5 level a little bit higher. So shorts could be possible. Usually then you have like this supply zone after a trend line is broken, but this is not the strongest one, since this is mainly just one rally. Like for me, this is not really a bottom, so we can draw our trend line, but it's not a very strong one. Usually you want to see like a deeper pullback, and then a deeper up move, then a trend line, and then if it gets broken, then it's a very strong zone. But for now it didn't really do a lot, it only took out liquidity in here. So what I am expecting is just this zone to be removed, and price is going higher, flying from there. So that's mainly what I will be watching, especially also looking at the DXY, right? And for gold, we failed to have a breakout back to the upside, so right now price is just stuck in here. I'm still expecting our all-time high to be hit, so I'm expecting these highs in here to be taken out. Now we took out this high already, and price immediately reversed, taking out the long liquidity in here. And for now I will still be watching for another all-time high to see if we can break these highs, now especially because price already in here for like 3, maybe almost 4 or 5 times if you count all these candles in here. So mainly that's what I will be watching, just a bullish up move for gold. And that said, going to the Bitcoin. Now for the Bitcoin, I'm expecting more downside. So what we did is we had a change of character in here, price coming back to supply and now currently dropping. Now if we take out this low, we will also get another trade in the premium in the signal group. And yeah, besides that, I'm just waiting for price to move further back to the downside, because especially if you look at the daily time frame, we could see that we had a quick run up. Usually this is followed by another downward move. So what we saw in here is price being bought up very quickly. Usually what you see is that price will come back down and hopefully even take out this low. But if price comes here, it's still a nice opportunity for some long-term buys. And if it goes lower, it's even a better opportunity. Like I already said, I think 2 months ago, probably, like when we were around here, there's bigger weekly demand zones below in here around the 40-45k levels. So for now, I'm still watching for price to see if it can go back down to those weekly levels. And that's it. I'm gonna close the video and I will see you guys again tomorrow. Ciao.